Hello, I'm Maury Enders. I'm the executive director of the Lincoln Community Playhouse, and I am your guide to New York City, one of my favorite places on this planet. I have led over 20 tours to New York City, and we have fashioned this tour with executive travel to be a perfect combination of group activities and private time. So, we're going to have highlights of what I think you should see when you go to New York City. And yet, we will also help guide you to see some of the things that you might want to see that maybe nobody else on the tour wants to see. We'll make sure that New York City is your New York City.
That is great, Maury, and thank you and welcome. And again, thanks for recording this with me. I think it's great to have a recorded version of what we're doing, and you're always so fun to be around. I am Anne Bjolsen. I am with Executive Travel for the past 15 years almost. I live in Athens, Greece. I am born in Copenhagen, Denmark, but I work here with Executive Travel and I am running the group department. So welcome to this short presentation of our tour. Maury and I have done New York, wow, several times. I would say maybe even 6 times in the past. So we are
Yes.
super excited about doing another one. Always a lot of fun traveling with Maury to New York. He is the greatest and knows his city very, very well. So Maury, what are we doing?
Well, we're going November 21st through the 25th. This is a perfect time to go to New York. The weather's going to be nice. And also, it is the beginning of the holiday season. So you're going to see some of the city decorations start to come out while we're there. So we're going to start out by leaving very early in the morning from Omaha at 6:28 a.m. That's an early departure to get us as much time as possible in New York City. So we'll arrive at LaGuardia Airport, which, by the way, if you haven't been to New York in a while, LaGuardia Airport is all new and it is a great airport. For many years, it used to be like flying into New York, you were going into a really low rent bus depot. But LaGuardia has been refashioned with billions of dollars, and it's actually a very lovely airport. But we're not going to spend much time there because we're going to meet another guide from New York who's going to take us on a panoramic city tour. So this is great because you might be a little tired and we're not going to make you walk all over the place. We're going to get you on a bus and take you around and show you some highlights in New York. We principally stay down in the southern part of Manhattan Island, and we look at where the World Trade Center was. There's a memorial there that's very touching. We sometimes we'll walk into the Wall Street area. We might see Trinity Church. This is a very old church in New York City where Alexander Hamilton is buried. And so our guide will take us around and give us our first look at New York from a broader picture as we're on this bus. After that, we'll head back to our hotel, and our hotel is just like literally steps away from Times Square. It is so centrally located, you're not going to believe it. And we'll get you settled in. And then in the evening, sometimes people decide they want to go to a Broadway show already. Sometimes people like, I've had enough for the day, I'm going to rest. But if you're up for it, I will also be leading everybody who wants to on the subway, and we'll take the subway down to and then down to the bottom of the island to Battery Park, and then we'll go across the Staten Island ferry at night. Now, this, depending on the weather, gives you a great view of the island, of the skyline of Manhattan. Also, we will get a great view of the Statue of Liberty. Not as close as if you actually go to it later in the tour, but it's just really a nice trip. And then we'll take you back up the subway, back to the hotel, and that's the end of the first night.
Exactly. And we do have a lunchbox when we arrive to LaGuardia because we are going to get in around 10:30 in the morning. We'll have some food we can snag on during the panoramic tour, and you'll be fine, and you will find anything your heart would love to eat just around the corner from where we are.
Oh yeah, you don't have any trouble
Because we
finding a
are
place to eat in New York City.
My goodness, no. And we are right in the center of Midtown. More, we are literally at the corner of Times Square. I mean, we've been at this hotel before. It works perfectly fine. It is around the corner from all the shows, and just a great place to be. I think it's the 42nd subway station is also just around the corner if anybody wants to utilize the Metro card that we're handing out to everyone. So literally just in the center of Midtown. It's great there. Following day, more, you're going to go
Well,
out and do a walk, which is lovely. Everybody loves
yeah, the
your
next morning
theater.
we're up bright and early again because we do these things early to give you as much time as possible in the city. So the next day on Friday, we'll be doing a theater district walk, and I will be leading that. We have these great earbuds that you can use, and so you can hear me actually give the tour. And if you've ever been on a tour where everybody has to hustle around and try to squeeze in and try to hear the guide, that doesn't happen here. You're going to be able to hear me perfectly. We walk around the theater district where I give you a history of Broadway. We talk about the great personalities of Broadway, the directors, the stars, the behind the scenes people, and we also talk about the ghosts of Broadway. One of my favorite parts to talk about as we go through the theater district. Now, the theater district, this tour goes like zoop, 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 back and forth, up and down. The theater district is actually very small. It will also it'll show you where the theaters are that will be attending shows. And it's I think it's fun. People seem to enjoy the trivia, and because it's trivia, there are prizes at the end of the tour. After that, so that's a little in the morning, and then you have a lot of leisure time. So you can decide to go to a museum, go to the park, do all sorts of things. We can help guide you to where you want to go. Some people might want to go back down to the World Trade Center and actually go into the museum that's there. You can do that as well. And then that leads us finally to meeting again for a Broadway show that night. Now, the Broadway show is one that we will have picked for the group. We haven't picked it yet. We have to wait a little bit. So more like midsummerish, we'll start to know what show that is going to be. And then anybody who wants to, you don't have to, but if you want to meet us at the hotel, we will walk you over to the theater. So in another great day, packed with activity. Some of it is programmed, some of it you're going to program. So it'll be a really great day for you in New York.
It will be great. And we have breakfast every morning. So you will have breakfast as well and meet up with the ones you want to meet up with bright and early. And then Maury will take over and do his activities as well. Like the third day, Maury is just one of my favorites. I love Grand Central Station. I love the library.
Yeah.
So what are you doing? What are you gonna do with
Well,
us?
this is another lovely day, and it also shows you how close we are to things because we can walk to them from the hotel. So we're going to get up in the morning again. We're going to head over to Grand Central, and Grand Central is this palatial train station. It is one of the wonders of the world that at one time they were going to rip down. And Jackie Kennedy Onassis spearheaded the efforts to save it. You can see the big constellations in that picture on the side, on the upper side there. And then and now I will give you a tour. We'll go to the Whispering Gallery. I'll tell you things to look for in Grand Central. And then from Grand Central, we'll walk just another couple blocks over to the New York Public Library, the main branch. I'll give you some discussion about that. I'm not allowed to give a tour in the library, but we'll let you go in and you can go up to the reading room, which is lovely. They also have a Treasures of the New York Public Library now. Thankfully, they finally have this display, and it is so great. You can see the stuffed animals in this slide. These are the stuffed animals that were the original gift from A.A. Milne to his son Christopher, and these are the animals that inspired the Winnie the Pooh stories. So those are actually there. All of them except Roo. Roo got lost in a picnic some time ago, but all the other ones are there. And they have such tremendous things that you want to see. Charles Dickens' desk is there. A walking stick from Virginia Woolf. They have Malcolm X's briefcase. I mean, it's not just like a bunch of books and papers. There's lots of great things that this library has. And so when I get you into the library, then I will wait for a little bit in case you don't want to see those things. And then I'll lead the group back to the hotel, which again is only a few blocks away. It's very easy to find. But otherwise, you might choose to say, I'm going to stay a little longer at the New York Public Library because it is an amazing place. Again, you have a lot of time for leisure, afternoon leisure time, and you can talk to me before we go and say, I want to do this, I want to see that, and I can help you chart out what you want to see on your own time. And then in the evening, we will be seeing another Broadway show. Now, this one is a show of your choice. So you're going to be probably spread all over New York City in the theater district, seeing different shows. But again, we will help you find those theaters, and you most likely will have seen them the day before on the walking tour of the theater district. Another action-packed day in New York City.
Absolutely, Maury. It's great. Okay, and then wow, more action here. Whoa.
But wait, there's more. All
Oh,
right.
great.
So this is one of the benefits of going in November to New York City, in that we're going to be able to go to Radio City Music Hall. Again, I will lead a walking tour up. We will have the earbuds, so I'll be talking about the history of Radio City. And then we're going to go inside and we're going to see the Radio City Music Hall Christmas Spectacular. This is an amazing event that is just one of the highlights of the trip for many of the times that we've taken people to New York City. Of course, you see the Rockettes. Many people like me have grown up with the Rockettes. Many people haven't seen them live. They are amazing to see. And when you're going to be like, oh my gosh, the Rockettes are actually in front of me. And there is also a live nativity section of this show. It is pretty spectacular. And as you can see by this picture, the theater itself is one of the greatest theaters to ever be in. So we'll tell you about that and what to look for when you go into the building to see the spectacular. After that, I'll meet you at a certain spot, and you can either just walk back to the hotel or go off, do something else, or you can go with me and I will take you through Rockefeller Center. We'll see the ice skaters. And then also I'll take you to St. Patrick's Cathedral. You can go into that, another amazingly beautiful building that was originally built in no man's land. I mean, there was nothing there when it was originally built, and now it's surrounded by skyscrapers. Another great day in New York. We're going to end it with a group dinner at Carmine's. This is in the theater district. Carmine's is a great Italian restaurant where we're going to get platters and platters of food. It'll be a fun way to say officially goodbye to New York, but we're not done yet.
But the following day, we are leaving late in the afternoon. We're actually leaving in the evening at 6:30 at night. So that is super beneficial for everyone because you kind of get a whole extra day. I think that sometimes, when you travel back home, you attempt to get ready in the morning. The only, your mindset is on the airport, the stress of the day, but you actually have time until 3 in the afternoon. And wow, can you utilize and do a lot of things, Maury, from the early morning until 3 p.m.
Yep. Again, the Metropolitan Museum of Modern Art is not that far from the hotel. You can take a look at that. You can go up to the Metropolitan Museum of Art and see those artworks as well. There's all sorts of places that you can see and make the best use of your time on Monday before 3 o'clock when we meet again at the hotel and start to head back.
Exactly. And I think that, what I really love about the museums, especially the Metropolitan Museum of Art, is the gift shop. I mean, wow. How can you well, they have they have everything from like silk scarves to books to just small magnets, whatever you want. I mean, that's always kind of my last stop because, to spend my last few dollars.
Yeah. Well, one of the things I also love about those two great museums is I used to play a game called Masterpiece. And Masterpiece was an art buying trading game, and it had all of these great pieces of art that you would trade, and you can see them live and in person at these museums, many of them in New York City. So like Starry Night from Van Gogh, George is at the Museum of Modern Art. George Washington crossing the Delaware is at the Metropolitan Museum of Art. Lots of famous paintings.
Yeah, lots of great pieces there. Okay, well, and if somebody wants to join us, Maury, they have to pay a little bit to Executive Travel to join you. And we still have spots open. We are about 1/3 of the tour has filled. We go with a minimum of 20 and a max of 30. And that's just because we love to have a small group, Maury. It's nicer, it's more intimate. You get to know everyone. It's easier to walk around together as well when you're not more than 30. So that's our absolute max. $28.95 per person in a shared double room. If you don't have a travel partner yet and you wish to share a room to get rid of the single room supplement, let us know because we usually have a pair and share available. So of course, females share with female, men share with men. If you're interested and you don't have a travel mate, let us know so we can assist with that. Included are the airfare, the overnights, everything we spoke about here. You have your transportation card, the New York City Metro card, 2 Broadway shows, and a spectacular Christmas show as well. We have help with the baggage, 1 bag per person. We have these wonderful headsets, Maury, that we have been having a lot of great experience with using. It's great. We've also included the gratuities to the step-on guide that we have into the motor coach driver. So that's all taken care of. So the only thing that we really is not have included here is your travel insurance. If you wish to purchase a travel insurance, we have a professional fee of $75 per person with executive travel here. And then whatever else you go and you do on your own. If you sign up and you wish to pay with your credit card, we have an early bird bonus. We'll talk to you about that when you sign up, how that can benefit you as well. So those are just the dry facts about the tour. The deposit is due when you sign up. We have a balance in May coming up. And then more, we usually meet about 3 weeks before the tour takes off. We meet via Zoom or at the Playhouse, depending on where people live on this tour. If they're spread out, in other places than just in Lincoln, Nebraska, we'll do a Zoom handout where we go through all the practical information during this, what to do when you travel and how to handle your airline tickets and what to do. So we will help you with all that. The weather, Maury, we've been fairly lucky. I mean, it's been a little cold sometimes, but we haven't had, for some weird reason, too much snow or too much rain when we're going. We're kind of been very lucky with that. The dress code, completely casual. We're not in anywhere. Of course, you want to dress up and go into a nice restaurant and do something nice. Feel free to do that. That would be a great idea to do. But the activities that we do with Maury are completely just wear your casual and good walking shoes. And Maury, that brings me to the fact that it's important to let everybody know that we are walking quite a bit. And you walk more probably than you think you do. We'll enter the subway. Some stations do not have an elevator. So you will walk
or even if the
upstairs, go
elevator's there, it may not be
downstairs,
working at
and
that particular moment.
well, right,
Yeah, and
right.
I'm going to
That
tell
sounds
you
great to me.
that when you're in New York City, you look around, New Yorkers are pretty fit people. And the reason they're fit is because they're walking and doing steps. So it is an active tour. That is true.
It really is. It absolutely is. But it's a great, great tour, and I'm sure everybody will enjoy being around you. It's always a lot of fun, and you gain a lot of extra information just traveling with Maury. We've had wonderful tours. So if anybody needs more information, feel free to reach out. I know the Playhouse has a whole poster stand with brochures, detailed tour brochures. We have them here at Executive Travel as well. Feel free to call us. The number is here on the screen. Maury, everybody can reach out to you as well through the Playhouse,
Yep.
Lincoln Community Playhouse. So any questions, just let us know and come travel with us. Travel with Maury.
And again, it's really, especially if you're a newcomer to New York City, this is really a great tour because it's a combination of group effort, group events, and also free time. And like I said, before you go, we will help you chart out your free time so that you make the most of your time and you see the things and experience the New York that you want to experience.
Exactly. There's so much you can do on your own as well, but we will assist you and give you all the information needed should you want to head out on your own as well. So thank you, Maury. Thanks for joining.
Thank you, Anne.
Thanks for talking us through your tour. It's absolutely wonderful. Thank you so much.